Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode for Ferrari for one final time on F1 2021 episode number 80 for the Australian Grand Prix of Season 5. If you missed the previous episode at Brazil, I recommend you go and check that one out because if you did miss that one, you would have missed the fact that we've somehow managed to close in on the championship. We're only 6 points behind Verstappen, with Sainz 5 points behind Verstappen going into Australia. Stroll and Gasly can still technically win, but they are 20 points behind. I need one of us all three of us particularly to fail. So moving to qualifying then, and Australia, not a great track for me, I'm not going to be honest, on the old layout of course, on F1 2021. The last time we're going to be using this layout on this channel, unless we go back in the future for some retro F1 gameplay in the future, but I doubt we'll be using Australia for that, but you never know. But yes, I don't get on with this track, to be honest. I don't know what it is, apart from that fluke that we had in my team, which that was the first race win I had at Australia for about 4 years on this channel. So it's not looking that great. And you know, we're dropped to P10 now. Stroll's in the 17s. We're in the early 19s. We're not even improving at this moment in time. So you know, that's how bad and slow this qualifying lap has become. We are second on a 10th and a bit up, on Ocon. And as well, so we gain time now through that horrible corner, which thank God is going through into the final section now, gaining a little bit more time into this corner, which I've always hated as well. Every time, the understeer through that corner as well, that's a lot better through that penultimate corner, a lot tighter line there. Out the final corner, 3.5 tenths we managed to gain just in the final sector, and it's enough for P7. Had we probably matched our personal best first sector, we probably could have got Ricciardo or Gasly. P7 for us. We'll have to wait and see what we can do. Time, though, for the race.
Welcome to Melbourne. You can hear the roar of the crowd out there, which can only mean one thing. Race day is upon us. So here we are at the Albert Park circuit, 3.3 miles around the lake, with the street track making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners here, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Ricciardo, a Ferrari and Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Ocon and Lance Stroll, Russell, Ireland, Sergio Perez and Vettel. Gasly, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou and Christian Lundgaard. Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We're still in with a shot at the driver's title. It's down to this. Now go out there and come back a champion.
The last time Jeff said that, we didn't come back a champion. We'll have to wait and see. It might be too much for Verstappen, who's on the pole position. So 5-foot lights then, for the final time on F1 2021. Lights out and away we go, and it's it's an okay start for us. Sainz has had not a good start. He's been jumped by Ricciardo, the home plate. He'll like that, the home crowd will like that. Around the outside, Sainz and up to P4. Can we get Ricciardo now? I'm going to switch from left to right, and as well as Ricciardo's go at Norris. We're going to dive down the inside of Ricciardo as he takes a simpler line. And we're able to get up into P3. So good start from us. Thanks to, of course, Stroll and Gasly capitulating their championship chances with the grid penalty at the final round here in Australia. Speaking of Gasly and Stroll, here is Gasly down the order, trying to have a go around of Ocon, who's on the hard tyres. Don't know what he's doing on then, and that's why he's not on. No one else is on the hard tyres, as he has a Spinala as well. And Stroll is rampant in this episode because he is now moved behind Sainz up to 6th place, ahead of Fernando Alonso, and I think Tsunoda's also going through there on the Renault driver there, as Ricciardo comes with DRS on lap 6. We've taken the racing line there, but I think there was contact. We tried to squeeze him to the wall, well, to give him as less space as possible, obviously, and we just clip him, I think. You know, I'm taking the racing line. That's such a tight corner, which is why they've opened up in real life. And I presume, hopefully, they've actually done it in game as well. But yeah, I think that's Ricciardo's fault. But let me know what I think in the comments below. We jump at the end of lap 6. Obviously, that gap gives us a time and a chance to come in. We've got to do something a little bit different to Verstappen and Norris, because Verstappen's running away with this championship and with this race, unfortunately, really. So the softs come off, the mediums come on as well. We'll have to, hopefully the pace is a bit better on the mediums. The rear left was overheating as well on the softs, so hopefully there's a little bit less on the mediums. Ricciardo also comes in. There's Ocon, who's decided to discard his hards, as Callum Ilott is out of the race. Such a shame for my fellow Brit who managed to get that maiden podium in the previous round at Brazil. Meanwhile, back on our POV, we've caught up to Mazitwat, and well, he's gonna. We tried to make a simple move, but it's Mazitwat, and he put his nose where it wasn't wanted. But we eventually get past him because he's 4,000 light years off the pace as usual. And well, there we go. Lap 10, we have stayed ahead of Sainz and Stroll. 2.5 to Sainz, 4 seconds to Stroll. So that's going to come down. Lap 15, I think the writing was on the wall. We tried our best to win against Verstappen, but Verstappen was so dominant today. He was set to win this race and a second world championship. So a little bit frustrating that we couldn't actually have a race with Verstappen for the championship, but it will be another runner-up spot. So I don't think that's a bad way to end, considering we were 9th at one point earlier in the season when we were racing for BMW Williams as well.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion.
So yes, apologies that the race went out. This series is actually going to go out in a bit of a whimper with such a terrible race, to be honest. As I say, Australia, it shouldn't really. I didn't foresee that that we would have been having not having another season of this career mode as well. So in the end, it is P2 in the championship. So we do dump Sainz by 2 points. There's something to take away there. We did actually have the pace in the end. It was just the BMW Williams car that was keeping us back. BMW Williams, suffered a lot, not able to keep that 5th place in the championship, as we, of course, secured the constructors last time out.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Well, yes, but we did lose the championship.
There are rumours that you're looking for a contract with another team. Is there any truth to that?
Not on this game.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip or did you just misjudge some corners?
No comment.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
No comment.
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
All that, because I think we did well to recover to third at a track that I don't really do that great around, you know. So to get third isn't bad. And you know, finishing 17 points, Austria is all I'm going to say. If we had got second place at Austria, you know, we could have won the championship. If you see, you know, I mean, yes, Verstappen had that good run as well, but that was his first win since Canada. You know, we've won 3 races in the second half of the season, and also added 4 more podiums to that as well, since we made our move to Ferrari. So it's been a good move to Ferrari, and it would have been interesting had we done another season to see could we have challenged Verstappen or in the Ferrari in a full season. That would have been an interesting concept. But anyway, on that note, as well, I'll just end with, of course, a quick review of our standings. Bearing in mind, I should point out there's a glitch as well. We have actually won 3 constructors championships, which is more than I've ever done before. It would be nice to have added a second drivers world championship though, so that's definitely something that I'll be looking to achieve on F1 22 as well. 2 pole positions as well, so double what I managed on last year's game. Average finish is higher, I think. Average grid is about the same, I think. 11 race wins as well. Probably would have been 12 if we hadn't given up to Sainz in Mexico as well. 4 fastest laps is less than last year, but we've changed a bit the strategy in that department as well. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching this series. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, and of course subscribe to see F1 22 driver career mode details, which will be revealed tomorrow. Till the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.